Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestlemania. Not long ago now, Wrestlemania 30 was just, what was it? We were halfway through it 12 hours ago, so I'm fairly shattered. But I'm feeling, I was quite happy with it, but at the same time devastated. Those of you who've seen it or haven't seen it, spoiler alert. Undertaker's undefeated streak is no longer undefeated. He lost last night to Brock Lesnar. I think it's safe to say that no one's seen this coming. We all assumed that Undertaker would win this handy. Pretty poor build up to it, as myself and Stephen discussed on the podcast yesterday. But yeah, when the 3 count happened, I was in complete and utter shock. I was just, because I'm so used to Undertaker kicking out of all these moves time and time again that I expected to happen. But he got to 1, 2, 3, and silence was deafening in the arena. We were all fairly. I was sitting on my own. I went on Twitter. Normally after a match finishes on Twitter, it blows up, but Twitter was silent for about 30 seconds, which says enough, because it was just so unexpected. I know I'm sitting here and I'm talking as if a family member's after dying, but that's how much that's how much it meant to so many people, that I was thinking last night that it's all over now. Our childhood is over. We all grew up with the streak, but the streak is no longer. But that's wrestling. Everyone thinks they know wrestling, but we don't. And even Paddy Power was quite shocked. They had Undertaker as odds-on favourite. Like, the odds were absolutely ridiculous. So even they didn't expect it. But still, we got a great card. Some great matches on. Opening the show, we had Daniel Bryan, Triple H. Daniel Bryan won. And great match. Daniel Bryan was fairly battered in it, but at the same time, he managed to get the win. And then move on to the main event against the champion, Randy Orton, and Dave Bautista. But that match was fairly slow paced. Crowd were fairly dead after what they just witnessed. Undertaker losing. But it was an alright match. Daniel Bryan didn't have much in it. There was one spot where Batista was standing on one of the announce tables, and Randy Orton was standing on the steel steps. Batista did the Batista bomb, and Randy Orton caught him in the RKO, put him through the table. I think Randy Orton was worse for wear afterwards, but Daniel Bryan got stretchered off. Didn't get very far because Daniel Bryan wanted to keep going. Got back in. He hit the running knee on Randy Orton. Batista threw him out then. Batista went for the pin. Randy Orton kicked out of that. Then we had Randy Orton fell out of the ring then, and Daniel Bryan came in, hit the running knee on Dave Batista, and then he put in the yes lock, and Batista tapped. And then we have our new WWE champion. So I'm delighted I bought this because it was all worthwhile. The yes movement is in full force. But what else can I say? I suppose John Cena and Bray Wyatt had quite a storied match. The story was just Bray Wyatt was trying to get John Cena to come over to the dark side to show the monster that he is, but John Cena was able to slay the dragon, shall we say, and he managed to get his managed to get the win in the end, unfortunately for me, because I was quite expecting this to be a severe push for Bray Wyatt, but I reckon this story can keep going and Bray Wyatt will eventually come through on that. But yeah, it's after last night, I'm not sure what to expect from Raw tonight, because it's going to be it's really strange, because I suppose we won't really get much of an indication as to what's going to happen until next week, because tonight is just going to be a come down off last night. Rumour has it that The Undertaker collapsed backstage last night and was rushed to hospital, but I haven't heard much reports on that, and it's only coming from someone on Twitter, so it's not really reliable. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, WrestleMania 30 is probably the best one of the last few years, and I'd say for me personally it probably is my favourite WrestleMania. So it's going to be quite a year now to try and live up to that. So Daniel Bryan has the title, so he's got a lot on his shoulders, and so does Brock Lesnar after beating the streak. So it's going to be interesting to see where we go. So anyways, that's enough for me. I'll see you again.